We will either find a way or make one. Hannibal Barca. My friends, I'm leaving next Friday, the 28th of June, for a European tour. I will do my best to put out the show every day that I can while I am traveling. I'll be in Rome for a while doing a whole bunch of stuff. Then I'll be in Ravenna. I'll be on a boat. I'll be up on the Dalmatian coast in Croatia and in Montenegro, then back to Italy. And I will have Starlink with me most of the time. I will have Wi-Fi, and of course my phone works just like normal over there. I'll do everything I can to get the show out on a consistent and daily basis. If I don't, please forgive me. I never take time off. You guys know this. I do the show religiously every single day, no matter what's going on in my life. During COVID, when I got that Delta COVID, it knocked me out. I think I missed one day, I believe. It could have been two, but I think it was just one. And that was about the only time that I have not been on the air. So cut me a little slack. Let's jump into these charts. Everything down for the day but 20-year bonds. They are flat. For those of you wondering about my BITI trade, I'll show you. It's still going well. Check it out. It is in the green, baby. This is the inverse of Bitcoin. Now, it could roll over the weekend. That means Bitcoin going up. I'm doing a short, the ProShares short. I could not believe how liquid this was. It was like a penny difference between the bid and the ask. So we'll see if it works. Anyway, it's fun to practice. I got some real money in it. So we'll see. Now, and you can see, first thing I did the minute I entered, I set my profit and loss bands based upon what? Based upon the average true range at my entry point, which was at 0.54. So at a 6.92% profit or loss. Hopefully it'll be a profit. I'll sell half that position and let the rest of it ride, baby. Let's jump into the S&P 500. Down a little bit for the day, 0.46%. We can see the two-day, and again, this is the first day of the two-day candle, is just flat, my friends. As we look at this week, of course, it was, it's a doji there, sorry. But this week it was a green up candle, higher high. Got a decent trend line right there. We're above it on the two-day. We can see for a day and a half some down movement. Cranked over yesterday and then down some today. Not a lot. We're still long. We're still hoping that this insane market that just keeps going up no matter what will keep going. And when it gets ready to reverse over and go down, I've already told you, my friends, if you listen to the Juneteenth special, you know that I am primed, ready to go when this market rolls. And again, I don't know when that's going to happen. I thought it would happen years ago, and it just keeps going up. And you know what? That's fine. I'm happy. But the minute that it rolls over, I'm either coming out or going short. How will we know when it rolls over? Well, what do we do every day? We look at these charts. We know when things roll over. We'll be ready for it. I ain't riding it down again like I did in the dot-com crash. That's what originally got me into the market, 20-something years ago when we had the dot-com crash. I've told that story 100 times to you guys. Not going to say it again. I learned the hard way. Hope you guys don't. Let's look at where we are with the NASDAQ 100 again. This is the trade we are in. Why? Because we had a beautiful interim down, higher than average volume, a green spinning top turnover with average volume, and it's been beautiful in the up move. We have just ridden that train all the way up. Down a little bit, like I said, 0.27%, but another up week. We can see a day and a half of down movement on the half day, still well above the weekly trend line on the half day and the two-day. Let's look at 20-year U.S. government bonds. We are not in this. Why? Because we didn't have anything to help us see the turn around, and we did not pull it. We didn't have volume corresponding with the interim low and a rotation over, so we stayed out of it. It has tracked up. We had this crazy down week here starting the 28th of May that would have pulled us out if we would have for some reason tried to ride it up. It just, again, when you don't have volume that backs up price movement, I don't believe it. I don't know who's manipulating who. I can't tell. But when volume is there, we can then read just what's going on. And I'll put our special volume training in the end of today's video for you. All this is for free. We don't charge you for anything. We appreciate our Patreon sponsors. Now, they do get some extra stuff like the 3-wave trades every week, early access to charting cryptos, commodities, and currencies, and our once-a-week weekly vertical crossovers on the S&P 500. They get that. But if you'd like to support what we do, by all means, support us. So we can see bonds still going up. I mean, they've really been sliding sideways for quite a while. We can see 5 days of a sideways slide here on the 2-day charts. You can see where we reached about the same high last week as this week, and you can see it on the half-day chart well above the weekly trend line on the half-day and the 2-day, still moving up. What about gold? Well, gold's down for the day. It's actually our biggest downer for the day, 1.55%. And again, we've had nothing to help us in this last run up and down in gold. We haven't had anything to assist us. We haven't had average volume here. We've had actually below average volume. And there's just nothing to tell us anything except bouncing off, of course, the ceiling. It would have been nice if we would have had some high volume to help with that, but we didn't. And, we're just sort of hanging around. Now, I've been continually pointing out to you, because this has been a trade a few times lately for us. Again, a practice trade. We don't give stock advice, stock trading advice. We're an education firm. I'm not taking that liability, particularly as I do this for free. No way. But what do we see going on here on 20-year bond? 20-year bonds on GDX gold miners. We can see that we ended the week with a lower low. We do have the 2-day chart just below that weekly trend line. We can see how the half-day, moved up and then rotated back over. And of course, as we look at things here, we did have a red spinning top with higher than average volume. We did have average volume for the interim high. It was a late rollover. We didn't have the volume there on this doji. But again, your potential jumping in point was here. And we see it moving down in the right direction and down for the day. So we're still in that GDX practice trade. Gold, not so much. Didn't have any volume to help us there, but you saw where GDX did have it for us. And by the way, as we talked about the last run-up in gold, we didn't have it here either, as far as the volume and the predicates we need in order to jump into a move, but we had it in GDX and we rode that up, and now we've been riding it down. Lastly, we will go to HODL. It's our ETF for Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is down for the day 1.28%. That's what's making my BITI move go in the right direction. Second week of a down move. We can see where the 2-day chart plumbing lower lows on the first day for Friday. We can see where it was down in the morning, about the same in the afternoon. And again, moving in the right direction for a success on my inverse fund that I am in. And again, moving, it's got a ways to go. I don't know if it's going to make it the whole way, but we'll see. It's always fun to practice, my friends. What does it cost you? And again, if it does cost you something and you're still learning, then of course, fractional trading. Look how cheap this is. For $100, you could buy multiple shares. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, you learn something and maybe you lose $10, $20. That's okay. That's called fractional trading. So at the end of the video today, do be aware I am going to put that volume training in there for you. Watch it over the weekend. Man, it will give you so much information about how you apply volume to the Heikin-Ashi candlesticks and help you lock in that knowledge. So when you see price and you see volume, you're like those old ticker tape guys. You can understand what's going on with the sentiment from the insiders and the dummies. And you'll understand that when you understand volume. God bless, my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters.